lot of people here that I don't recognize. I've been in the Raleigh, North Carolina mission the last 18 months, and it has been an adventure. The 18 months was definitely worth it. It pushed me and stretched me in every way possible. But I definitely grew a lot from it, and I loved it. I'm still terrified of speaking in sacrament. I've only had to speak twice on my mission for like 5 minutes. So it's kind of a stretch. I even thought about, my mom recommended me calling Sue Jones. She once wrote my talk for me after trek. And then I thought about possibly paying my brothers. They've written talks for me too. But I think I was left on my own for this one. I think most of you guys get my emails. I don't really offend anybody. It's kind of blunt in most of them. Let people know what's going on. North Carolina, it's really cool. It's a really unique place. I kind of picture it as like Jurassic Park. Lots and lots of trees and really weird animals. The summers over here, they were the senior couple in my first area, and there's possums everywhere in North Carolina. About the time where they're all getting hit by cars. And Elder Summer used to pull over the car every day on the way to district meeting. He'd take like 100 pictures of like every dead possum. He'd say that he was gonna make a children's book called like Stupid Dead Possum. Right? A funny story of how each and every one of them died. I don't know how the book's coming, but anyways, lots of cool animals in North Carolina. It's like 300% humidity. You walk outside and you're already sweating. I trained a companion from Alaska, and she got there when it was getting really, really hot and humid. And it was like our bike week. I kind of volunteered our area to like have our car taken away. And she wasn't too fond of that, and she'd never ridden a bike before, and it was really, really hot. And the poor little Alaska girl had never experienced heat over 70. It was like 95 and 3,000% humidity, but it was really fun. North Carolina has a lot of really good food. It's not necessarily good for you food, but it's really good food. If you're coming to my house after, you'll get some of it. There's also home of some of the best basketball. Got Duke and UNC there. They just played the other day. Everybody in North Carolina is pretty nice. The Southern hospitality is a real thing there. Lots of people, when you knock on their door, they'll say to come on in, and it's kind of scary. And I only took it up a few times because I got in some weird situations. It's really cool there. I got to live through 2 hurricanes. That was pretty cool. I also lived through the coldest winter North Carolina's had since the 1500s. Go me. That wasn't fun. North Carolina is also a giant transplant state, especially up north by Duke and UNC. Everybody is really, really smart, and they come from all over the world to be there. So I got to teach a lot of people from India and China, Iran, Afghanistan, Persia, Russia, Japan, and Hungary, and so many more. I started to fall in love with all the culture that was there, and I realized that Utah doesn't have very much culture. It's so different there. But I feel like I had the opportunity to serve 2 different missions. I served under 2 different mission presidents. President James, his brother's over here, just like him. They're the most kind and loving people that you'd ever meet. They teach you how to work hard and to be diligent and to be obedient and to never give up. And then I also had the opportunity to serve under President Holland, which is Elder Holland's son. And he is just like his dad. It's a little bit skinnier, but he will rebuke you, and then he will love you, and then he'll rebuke you again. And I definitely learned very different things from each of them. President James, he taught us how to work hard. And I think he really prepared the mission for when President Holland got there. He taught us to never give up and to be persistent and to keep on going back. He he taught us how to knock doors. He even had a formula of you knock X amount of doors and get in this number of doors, and then teach this many people from that, and you get this many baptisms out of it. So we would track for like hours and hours on end every day. And then President Holland, he came in, and he wanted to change how the mission worked. And he started doing a lot of member work, and he had us in a lot of members' homes. But all the tracking, the diligence, and the hard work that President James taught us to do prepared us to be able to help President Holland out in his new view for the mission. I even had the chance to learn a language for a while called Karen. It's a Burmese dialect from Burma, and it's kind of similar. It looks kind of like Thai. It was really hard. Luckily, I didn't have to do it for very long. I was really, really happy when President Holland came back and was like, "You can go back to English. Thank you." So it was too hard. But overall, super excited to be home. It's kind of weird. Everybody's the same. The house is still the same. The only thing that's changed in my family is my niece and nephew look like kids now. They don't look like little babies. And they're super cool. My little nephew wants to be just like his dad. Yesterday, I asked him what his favorite thing to do was, and he said, "Drink Red Bull. I want Monster." I was like, "Oh no." Very funny. Anyways, I was just told to report on my mission. I wasn't really given a topic, and so I took some advice from my mom, and she said to just talk about some of the things that I have learned over my mission, and then kind of like share a story with them. But one of like the main things I learned about my mission was how the Spirit like communicated with me. I've obviously felt the Spirit before my mission, but I didn't really know how to like be guided by the Spirit. And that was something that is kind of necessary to be a missionary, because everything you do is led and guided by the Spirit. And it took me getting in a lot of pretty iffy, sketchy, scary situations before I realized that was the Spirit speaking to me and telling me to get out of there. One of the ones that I kind of got in trouble with was me and one of my companions. It was in my first area in Southport, and we had gone through the area book, and we found this lady named Wanda. And all of her background information said was that she kind of had something to do with her husband's death. She was crazy, and there was some weird stuff going on. And I was like, we should go visit this lady. I'm sure she's pretty cool. And so it was a really rainy day, like middle of winter, and we're like, we got nothing better to do. So we went inside her and walk up to her house, and it's this scary cinder block looking thing. And all the windows are kind of shattered, and the door's falling off the house, and it's in this really weird like trailer park thing, but she's on the trailer, and I knocked on her door, and some of the people would just say, "Come in." And I was like, "No way, no, I'm not going in there." So she came to the door, and she lets us in, and I just remember walking in there, and I saw a life-size cardboard cutout of a NASCAR driver, and it was freezing cold, and there was no electricity. And so she lets us in, and she leads us to this back room in her house, and she closes the door and she locks it. And I was like, "Oh no, we're gonna die." Mom's gonna be mad at living up for 2 months. So we're in there, and me and my companion are sitting there. And Wanda, she starts chanting to us that she's been drinking, and she's been smoking, and she's been sinning, and she needs to be saved. And we were like, "Oh no." And she's drinking beer, and she's smoking some cigarettes, and she has this little space heater that's plugged in from her neighbor's side of the house. And I just remember the whole time I was there, I was planning my escape route to escape my death. And she had this little window that was cracked open. My companion, I kept on like looking at it, but okay, that's our escape. And the whole time, like leading up to the right to that house, kind of felt we weren't supposed to go there, but I kind of like to go to sketchy things, I guess. So I just kind of like ignored it. And I realized that the Spirit, when it speaks to me, it's more so through like my own thoughts. It's not like a big, powerful moment, but it's more so just simple little thoughts that come to my mind. And I found that out through my mission as I kept on getting in situations like this, where I probably should have known better, but I wanted to go anyways. And so that was something that was really something that changed how I was able to go about my mission. Was realizing how to be led and guided to where I needed to be. Something else that really changed my mission was when President Holland got there. He gave us all his Book of Mormon, and he put our name on the front, and he put him and Sister Holland's testimony in the front, and a challenge. And he challenged us to read the Book of Mormon together as a mission, and that we were going to have like a weekly reading schedule. And as we read, we were to highlight any reference to Jesus Christ in one color, and underline any words that he speaks in another color, circle all his attributes, and underline any teachings relative to what the Book of Mormon teaches or defines as the doctrine of Christ. Now, I thought that was pretty cool. And at first I thought, it's going to be kind of boring. I've read the Book of Mormon like 10 times on my mission already. I don't want to read it again really slowly. Then I flew through it because it was so good. The amount that I was able to get out of it. And it was through that experience I was able to know who Jesus Christ was. I knew who Jesus Christ was, and I knew that the Book of Mormon was true, or at least I thought I did, but I didn't actually know him like personally. And it was through that I was able to gain a relationship with Jesus Christ and learn more about him. And I just really felt the love that he has for us. And I ended up writing all of the different references to Jesus Christ in the front, and there's 100 of them. And I went on Gospel Library and I figured out that there's 3,925 references to Jesus Christ in the Book of Mormon. And as I was reading through all the names that I was able to find, I realized that they all go back to the love that he has for us. Like a Father in heaven, or Shepherd, or Emmanuel, or Messiah, Prince of Peace, Redeemer, Rock, Savior. They all go back to the love that Jesus Christ has for us. It was through that I wasn't able just to believe that the Book of Mormon was true, but that I was able to know that the Book of Mormon was true, and to have a real testimony. And that challenge that President Holland gave to us is something that I've invited a lot of people that we were teaching to do. It's something that I would just invite anybody that's like preparing a mission to also do. That's something that is so important when you get out in the mission field, to be able to know for yourself, not just believe that the Book of Mormon is true, and to also just to have a relationship with our Heavenly Father and with Jesus Christ. Something else that I learned a lot about my mission is that God is completely and totally aware of anything and everything that we're going through. There were many times on my mission where I felt like God threw me a curveball with really weird companions. And it seems like I would have a really solid companion that I was like best friends with, and then I'd be put with somebody that needed a lot of help, and I kind of had to lift them up. And after a while, that kind of started to take a toll on myself. But it was through those times that I was able to pray a lot, that I was able to pray more than I ever had my whole life, and to ask for that help. During each of those times, I felt really frustrated and annoyed with why I would be once again put with somebody who might have been unmotivated or unwilling to work. And didn't God know that I wanted to work hard? But the main thing that kept me going was knowing that the Lord was on my side. But it was during these companionships that, like I said, I was able to pray a lot, and I was able to gain that relationship with Heavenly Father, and that I was able to communicate more with Him, and that I was able to know exactly what those companions needed, and exactly what I could do to help them, and what I could do to serve them. In my mission, like I said, we had 2 hurricanes, so there was a lot of hurricane cleanup for several months. And I had the opportunity to do a lot of service with that. That was something that was really cool experience. When we go down to the Wilmington area or to the beach areas and do cleanup, we would get to serve these people, and they wouldn't understand why we were there and why we would leave our home that wasn't affected and to come in to help them muck out their houses or to chop down trees for morning till evening. But it was through those moments that I was able to realize that when we really are in the service of our fellow beings, we're in the service of God. And it was amazing to see how grateful these people were. Before we would leave, we would often say a prayer with their family, and we would ask them if there's anything more that we could do for them. There really was anything more that we could do for them, but they were always so grateful for our service and for the spirit that we brought. And it was neat to see how when we serve and we have that light of Christ with us, that helps other people to feel the spirit. It was just a really cool experience. And the Raleigh mission right now is a pilot mission, and so every companionship is required to do 10 to 20 hours of service a week. So the last several months we've been doing tons and tons of service. Some of my favorites were this last Christmas. We were able to go to the family home. We volunteered there every Friday for a couple of hours, just like cleaning the kitchen and serving the people over there. But this last Christmas, we became really good friends with the other volunteers there. They invited us to come and to make breakfast for the people that were there. And it was so amazing to sit down and to hear all the stories that those people were going through. And I remember the week of Christmas, we were there a few days earlier, and there was this lady that was sitting in this rocking chair out front. And there's always these cute little ladies out front, and we'd often just sit there and talk to them for a little bit. And this lady, I think her name was like Debbie or Deborah or something, but she just grabbed my hand and she told me that her child was in the hospital. It's an incurable cancer and was going through all these treatments and nothing was working. And she just asked my companion and I to say a prayer with her. And it was kind of like an overwhelming experience for me. And we all just sat there and we held hands in a circle. And I said a prayer. And I just started bawling. I didn't know why. So I knew that this woman was going to lose her child, but I knew that she's going to be able to see him again. There would be more life for her child, and that he would be called to a greater purpose. And I knew that she had felt the spirit there, and she started crying as well. And it was just one of those really kind of cool experiences that I guess missionaries get to go through all the time. There's lots of times on my mission where little old ladies would just ask us to pray in like the middle of the street, like a neighbor they see us walking. And we'd just stand in the middle of the street and hold hands in a circle and we'd all pray, and it was kind of cool. This last transfer of my mission, I got what I felt like was exiled to what people call the armpit of the mission. I have been in the promised land of Chapel Hill in Durham I served over a year in the Durham zone, and then I had been in this ward for like 7 months. And I was like, I'm just going to die in this ward. The president wouldn't transfer me in my last 6 weeks. I was just so mean. The companion and I were best friends. We were MTC companions, and we were killing it, and the work was going awesome. And then he sent me to Fayetteville. And people call it Vietnam because of Fort Bragg, and there's nothing there. Really nothing. We drove down the strip that we lived off of, and it was like Cabernet, pawn shop, exotic dancers, strip club, pawn shop, gas station. That was like what we lived off of. And there was just nothing there, and we lived in this sketchy place. Somebody was shot and killed on the street next to us like a couple weeks before I got there. And I was just not too excited about being there. The work was really slow. I got put with this companion that was kind of a difficult companion. We didn't get along too well. But I didn't know why I was there. And I feel like I wasn't going to be able to get to know people in 6 weeks. But I really wanted to get to know people, and we were able to start working with this guy named Levon. And Levon was super cool, and I think I was sent to Fayetteville for Levon. Levon had some contact with the church. He dated somebody in South Carolina, and she was a member of the church, but she was less active, and she had become an alcoholic over a period of years. And he was one of those people that is a fixer, and he was like, you need to go to counseling, you need to go to therapy, you just need to fix, and you need to do this and that. And she was like, no, I actually just need a blessing. He's like, what the heck is a blessing? And so she got a blessing, and she ended up having all of her desires for alcohol and for all of her addictions taken away the second that blessing was over. And Levon was very, he needed evidence in his life to know that something was true. And that was about 2 years ago that happened. And he remembered that experience this past January when he was kind of looking for a church again. He didn't really have a relationship with God. He didn't know if God existed anymore, and he hadn't felt the Spirit in a really long time. And so Levon, he showed up to church the beginning of January, the first Sunday of the year. And he went up and he bore his testimony that Sunday in our ward. So in our ward, he didn't know anybody, and he just shared his experience and said he was looking for somebody to teach him what had happened to this girl that he was dating. He just wanted to learn. And when I got there, the sisters had taught him once or twice, but he wasn't really going anywhere yet. But when I got there, it was something that I really wanted to work with, and so we kept on texting him and getting in contact with him, but he was never available. He was really busy all the time. He was a nurse at the VA hospital. But finally, my 4th week there, we were able to start teaching him. And I really wanted to see him get baptized before I left. And I let him know that. And he wanted to have his baptism on March 30th. And I was like, all right, well, if that's when he'll be ready, that's okay. I can Skype in. And then he went MIA for a while. We didn't see him. And I met him at Chick-fil-A one day, and he said that he wanted my companion and I both to be there. And we knew we were going to get whitewashed out of the area. And so he begged us to change his baptismal date to my last Saturday there. And so I was able to see Levon throughout this process strengthen his relationship with God, and to understand and to know that the Book of Mormon is true, and to see him pray for the first time. It was such a cool, amazing experience. And something that really touched me was when I was leaving, he took us out to breakfast, and he told me that there was nobody else that could have helped him on this journey except for me and my companion. If it would have been anybody else, that he wouldn't be being baptized, that he wouldn't have accepted the gospel into his life, that we were exactly what he needed. And it was then that I realized that I had been sent to Fayetteville to teach Levon. It was then that I was able to have more positive and better outlook of Fayetteville, even though there's still nothing there. But I was able to help somebody come closer to God. And his baptism was amazing. He brought wings and meatballs. And I've never been to a baptism with hot wings and homemade meatballs before, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, time's up. So my mission was cool. I miss North Carolina a lot. It's a cool but weird place. Probably will never live there. I'll go back and visit. I really liked the people there. Most of the members there were actually from Utah. I met a lot of people. One of them's back there. Her name's Diana. She actually went to Alta High School and knows a lot of my brothers. And it was kind of cool to see how many more people I just happened to run into that went to Alta High School. And so it was really strange. Everybody there had 801 phone numbers, but yeah, my mission was awesome, and I know this church is true. I know that the Book of Mormon is true. I don't just believe a lot of things anymore, but I know a lot of things now. But I don't know everything. I still have to believe a lot of things and go off of faith, and and know that I'll get the answers later on down the road. I'm grateful for this church, and I'm so grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for the people I have the opportunity to serve in North Carolina that have become my family. I'm grateful for my Savior Jesus Christ and for the love that He has for us and for this amazing gospel that we have been so blessed to have in our life. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys. I'm excited to get to know all the new members that are in this ward. Everybody's grown up so much, but I say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.